Hey everybody, it's Tammy with On Point Accents. How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing well today. Today we are going to delve into just the surface of the Silhouette Cameo Silhouette Studio. There's a lot to learn, and so it's going to be a few videos, but this video is just going to teach us what to do to get it from the computer here to the cutter. So that's what we're going to do today. We're just going to delve into it a little bit. After you watch this, if you have any questions, ask me, and then I will go into more in-depth videos about the software later. This is just kind of a get to know the Silhouette software. So let's get to it. Hey everybody, so now let's dive into just the surface of the studio here. So this is what the Silhouette Studio Business Edition looks like. So some of this stuff you guys are not going to have. So if this looks overwhelming to you, don't worry. You will get the hang of it. And we're just going to go over things really quickly. And then later we'll go into each thing a little more in detail. So first of all, this is your Silhouette Studio design area right here. So here's your mat. The cool thing about Silhouette is you can design off the mat. You can add as many, see this plus button, projects as you want to have going. I sometimes have 5, 6 things going at one time that I'm working on. So that's pretty cool. So let's start over here on the right. We're going to start right here where it says open the page setup panel because we need to set it up before we can do anything. So click, left click, it opens. Right here, you're going to see this is the page setup. So we have our mat here already. I have it marked to my Cameo 4. You could use whichever Cameo you're wanting to use here, the whole list of them. You want to click here if you're using a mat or no mat. See? No mat or mat. I'm just going to keep it on mat for right now. And then you select your size. We're doing a 12 by 12 mat. You can adjust here for customization. You can change your orientation right here. Rotate right here. You want to rotate. I don't want to rotate it, but if we're doing a print and cut, right here's where you're going to click show print border. And there's the print border. And if I wanted it to go a different way, you would just adjust it here with the orientation. I'm going to turn off the print border. Okay, so that's about it with the page set up for that part. Here we have our grid. So right now we're showing, you can show a grid, you can adjust it. So guides, I always have my guides on. Snap to grid, we'll go over that later. You could put a ruler. See how that got the ruler up here if we want to do some measuring. I'm kind of a fly by the seat of my pants girl. I never use that. Crosshairs, you want to make sure you get something perfect. A lot of times I turn the crosshairs on by accident because there are some keys that you can push to turn things on. And I will have available for you guys a key shortcut for Silhouette and get that up for you to download as soon as I can get it done. Enable smart snapping, I have that in. Spacing is here, color is here. And then the next item is your registration marks, and that's for print and cut. So click that and then yes, turn on. We've turned on our registration marks. And these are just different advanced settings for print and cut. We're not going to go over print and cut today, but we will do print and cut It's a lot of fun and very useful, but let me turn that off. Okay, so that's your page setup. We're not going to go into this pick scan today, but we'll come back and go over that. Right here is your open fill panel. So that's your colors. All your colors are here. So let me just put something here. Okay, so we'll put a little star here so that I can actually change colors for you guys. I'm going to put a box around it. You have to left click, put a box around anything to be able to change the colors or do anything with it in the Silhouette Studio. Okay, so right here is your color panel. You could change the color. See, I filled it to teal. This right here is a gradient. So you could change gradient color. And a lot of this you could do if you're print and cutting, or if you have a Sawgrass or Epson, if you have a sublimation machine and you're doing a sublimation thing. So that's great for that. Or if you just want to see how your design is going to look, what on earth is this thing doing? Sorry about that. If you just want to see how your design is going to look with different colors of vinyl, you could use for that. And then right here is your pattern, fill patterns, which I love because I do a lot of sublimation. And it's just that is your patterns. Some of these patterns I designed, like that one. And then others I've just bought. Like sometimes they're just 50 cents in the Silhouette store and I buy them. So, yeah. So that is that. And let's get it to a solid, back to a solid color so I can show you some others. Okay, so you'll see that the cut border around it is red. And so say you were going to print this, you wouldn't want a red border. So the next thing down is our line panel. So we're going to open our line panel and we have our box around it. We're going to click these 3 buttons here, which is the line color. And then you could do your line color any color you want, or you could just clear. And you see the difference there when I hit clear? Like, okay, so I'll do a blue, let's do something just really different. Not red. All right, so let's do this orange. Okay, so we're doing orange. And then we can go right here and I can make that line around there thicker. You see how thick that is? Or thinner. Or I can make corners on it. Different style corners. End caps on it. So you can do all kinds of stuff with the line panel. And so that's just a little bit of it, of what you could do with that. But it will come in handy. You guys will you can increase your fonts with it, all kinds of stuff. I like that panel. So next panel we have here, let's close this one and we're gonna just go straight down. It's like a piece of toast, but it's the trace panel, my favorite thing in the whole world. I'm very sentimental. And my son wrote me a Christmas card a few years ago. And I uploaded it and traced it, cut it out with HTV and put it on a board. And it is a sign on my wall. I love it. I'm going to insert that here. And then I'm going to show you how to do this really quickly. And later we'll go into a little bit more detail. But right here we have our trace by color, or magnetic trace. We're going to trace. So we're going to select trace area. And then you get this little plus button. You see this plus button? You're just going to left click it and drag around the area that you want to trace. Okay? So we did that. And then you can trace. Let's do something. Let me get rid of that. Let's try to do something that's a little bit more, I don't know, some words or something you guys could see better. Let's do this. I'm inside my library. This is my library, and I'll come back to this for you guys. My library's a mess. All right, so excuse the mess, but we kind of live here. Okay, so you want to put a box around it. So to put this box around it, you're going to left click. And you cannot do anything without having this box to be able to change things. So we're going to select our trace area. And this would be the same thing like if you were doing something that was handwritten. You would do this exact same thing. Oh, right. So you just use your little trace thing. Okay, and see how it highlights it yellow? That means it traced it. Sometimes you have to adjust the threshold. So see here how I adjust it and nothing is yellow, so it's not traced. So the more tracing, you'll see the yellow. Then if it was speckly, you could despeckle it. You could do a high pass. You could just do an outline, or we're gonna do solid, but you see, all right, so then we're gonna just trace this time. We traced it, and then we're going to left click on it, and we're just gonna drag it away, and there it is, right there. This is the one we traced. I'll put that there, and I'll bring back, this is the one we made. Okay, see it? Looks great. And you could do this with handwriting. So say your child made you something or grandchild or something. It's just a great tool, especially if you're crazy like me and you just love to save everything that people give you. Okay, and so you could change it any color you want. And then remember, go into your line panel and then you could just clean it up from there. And that's just how the trace works. Well, I mean, that is like, to me, worth silhouette. This trace thing is a powerful tool. You have to be careful with it. Don't be copying people's designs because, yeah, you could do that with this. Don't do that. People work hard to make designs, you know, be respectful of other people's work. I know you guys will, but it is a very powerful tool. And it allows you to do a lot. So you will love it. Trace away. Trace away. You will love it. All right, so let's slide this one over. We're going to slide this one back, and I will show you a different select trace area. We're going to select trace area. And I am going to trace and detach. When you trace and detach, which my internet's really slow right now for some reason. Okay. So I don't know if you're able to see that, but under there, but oh yeah. So you're just, so say this was on a piece of paper, like say this had a white background and we weren't able to remove the background, you could trace and detach it and get rid of the background. You just slide the background out of there. And then you'd be good to go for cutting it or printing it or whatever you want to. Let me get it all back together. And then I will show you with something else. Let me delete that. Let's go back up here to my library. And let's get this in here. Flamingo sticker. That's my flamingo sticker. This flamingo design was designed by Sabine with Chameleon Cuttables. She, oh my God, she is quite the artist. Okay, so I made this into a sticker, but suppose we just wanted to trace this area right here or something crazy like that. Say we wanted to do that. And you see how it highlights that area? but oh, we missed a little spot, so we might want to bump up the threshold or bump it down, you know, whatever, however much you want to get. Okay, so we're good. We might despeckle that a little bit, looks a little speckly. And then say we want to trace and detach. We'll click that. And as you can see, my internet's running slow. I apologize about that. But this trace tool is fabulous. You'll love it. So you see what I mean? You moved that out of the design. So if you want to do that, that's how that works. The trace and cut. Isn't that neat? That's so neat. So let me get rid of that. All right. So the next thing we have here is image effects. And we'll come back to that. Let's do, because I know you guys all want to do this, the fonts. Okay. Someone asked me, they said, I have no idea how to write a word. So you will go on the left side here and go up to this A, left click it, and then click over here into your matte box. And you see that line that came up, you could just start typing away. And I'm going to just put on here, hello, friends. Okay. So you want to highlight it with your little box, and then you'll come over here, right here, this A with the line beside it is your text panel. You can change it, change your fonts right here. See? Go down, change, change, change. However many fonts you've got in here, which I've got a lot of them, you can just keep changing. And then let's make it a color. So let's turn it red. Well, for Valentine's Day. Hello, friends. And then, you know, you could just keep going until you find something you like. I'm going to do a video to show you how you could figure this is my favorite font right here. It's called Crush Bouncy Brush Font. It is my favorite. But I'm going to show you a different video on how you could compare all your fonts at once. So it takes you a lot less time to pick out a font. If you're anything like me, I can take hours trying to pick out the correct font that I want to use. But that's how you write. It's just very simple. I know it's hard. People can't figure it out for some reason. They click just over here. It's confusing because you have to click here first and then you have to click over here. So, yep, I get that. All right. So while we're doing fonts, I'm going to delete that and I'm going to show you how to round your font because it's a lot different than it is like on Cricut. So let's write on here again, hello, friends. Okay, so we've got that. We want to leave that box just like that. We could, let's click. All right, what you're going to do is you're going to come over here to the drawing tools. You're going to pick this ellipse. We're going to draw an ellipse. So we're going to left click and we're going to click shift and we're going to draw a perfect circle. You left click the ellipse and click shift. You're going to draw a perfect circle every single time. See, I let go and it made it funky. So you have to make sure you click that. And I will do it again just to show you. Left click. And there we go. So that's all you do. You can draw. Let me do this one real quick. All right. And I'm going to show you how to round your fonts. Whoops, I do not know what I just did. Undo that. I don't know what that was. Okay. So let's make this bigger. We're gonna go ahead. All right, so we want that box back around it, this one. So we're gonna double click to get it back just the way it was when we first typed it, right? So double click it, and you see this little arrow here. You're gonna drag that until it just magically attaches. You see how it attached to the circle. And that's how you round your fonts. And then you can just drag it, make it bigger or smaller, however you want it. And that's what you do. So you put it on a circle and it magically attaches to it. See, it's pretty cool. Now, if we wanted to curve the other way, we will snap it inside, which sometimes it takes me a few tries on this. Yep, there you go. And then you can change your font, change it around however you want it. Let's make it a color so you guys can see it better. Oops, I just made the whole circle a color. And then I'm going to show you what to do. You're like, well, I don't want the circle in my project. How do I get rid of it? So I'm going to ungroup it like that. And I'm just going to move it away. That's all you do. Make sure you group back your words. They're grouped together now, and you can move them all around everywhere you want. But all you have to do is ungroup, move your circle away, and you're good to go. It's so simple. Okay, so that is rounding. That's a little bit about the fonts and how to use them. Next up, we have, we're not going to do this today. This is creating fonts. We're not going to do that. This is just, transforming and just positioning things. This is your replicate panel. So duplicate rows, fill page. This right here is fabulous. So if you wanted to fill your page with the same thing, 100 and so you're making all these stickers for school or something, you just click that and you filled your whole page with them. Easy peasy. Alrighty, so that is the replicate panel. Let's close that up. Next thing down is we have the weld, subtract, divide. This is different than like the weld and all of that on Cricut. So we probably won't really get into that today because that's a little bit complicated. So you can just play with it. I'm not going to really get into it today because it could take a lot. I will show you one thing maybe. Let's see. Let's draw another little circle and let's make the lines a little wider. Thicken it up there. Okay. And then see, what do I want to do? Get your box there. Filled it with a color. Let's see. And so then I have my little star. So say I have my little star here. But I want to cut the star out. I've got my little star here. And then I'm going to go down to the modify panel. I'm going to make a box around. And I'm going to click subtract. And you see, it took the whole star out. See? So that's how you use that. You could subtract different colors. So suppose you just wanted like all the reds removed from something, you could click and subtract them, crop things, divide things. We'll work with that a little bit more at another time. Here's where you weld shapes together into one. Right here, like I was saying, you just subtract different things that you don't want. This, you can create individual shapes, but we're not going to go into that right now. That's a lot. Offset, we will do an offset real quick. So this is your offset panel. And I've got my box around here, and say I want like a border around this. Say I'm doing a shirt and I wanted a border around it. So I've offset, it did an offset and an inset for me. And I could go up here, and if I wanted my offset bigger, I could do that. Say I was making a sticker and I wanted this thing a whole different color. So I could fill it with this color, and then back on, but say I want it just this part bigger. So and then I'd have my sticker border. So you can just play around with it. That's basically how it works. You could do insets also. Let's see. I would do, wait, I'll write my name. Whoops. Let's go on to a different panel here. All right, so let's write hello. Oh, hello, friends. I'm sorry, this video is getting really long, so I'm gonna try to just speed through this stuff, but I'm gonna come back and go in detail about things, so don't worry about it. Let's say I wanted to offset this. Just offset, offset, and if I wanted to make a sticker, then I can just remove this part. I don't want this part. And then I can fill this with a color. And then move this back up here. You could do this on a shirt, with the outline, or you could do it for stickers, whatever, but that's how that works. We're not going to go into this right now. So we're not going to do the stippling, embossing, puzzle making. You might not even have that stuff. We'll just go over here real quick and do this side, and then we'll be done for today. But you guys, this is amazing. All right, so the knife tool. I love the knife tool. We click knife, and then up here, we're going to click, do we want a solid outline or straight? I'm going to click straight because it's going to help me cut straight. And I want to freehand this. So then I'll just draw a line straight down like that. And you cut it, see? Sliced it right into. So that's a pretty good tool. Erase tool, I don't really use that, but like if you wanted to erase something, you could. Pretty neat. Then you know about the text tool. This is the freehand drawing. So like if I wanted to draw something, you could draw with it. Then the shapes. Okay, let's go into a different. No, I don't want to say that mess. Let's see. No, I don't want to say that. All right, so the drawing tools are fabulous. It would take me hours to go over this. I'm just going to do one really quick little thing. Let's just get out this. And we'll put this here. These are nodes right here. And they're called edit points. So that's an edit point node. For this, see this little zipper thing right here? You could change this and to this or that. It's just all these little shapes can be edited into different things, and you can make just really cool designs out of it. See, I made a circle out of that triangle. That looks like a Pac-Man. Um, but just really cool. I'm not going to get into this today because it takes a lot of time to learn that. But I will show you something I did with just shape. So all of this I did with those shapes. And then, so it's a powerful designing software. You can do amazing things with this design software. So that was that. Let's see. And then I told you about how to draw a circle. You just click the circle, click on your mat or wherever, click shift and left key and shift and drag, and you have your perfect circle. Okay. Same thing. You could draw a triangle, a box, square, rectangle, all your little things. And then you have your nodes. So really quickly, I'm going to get into the edit points. I call them nodes. They're edit points. You can call them what you want. But this is incredible for designing. Okay, so you see that edit point. I could add some edit points in here. And so you see how you can just move things around. It's just unbelievable the stuff you can do. So this is your line tool. So if you wanted to draw a straight line, that draws a straight line. This you can draw polygon, and it just all the drawing that you could do with that. This like a figure eight sort of thing that you could do all kinds of stuff. You see how this just bends and moves and all the little edit points. See that? Isn't that cool? You can do all kinds of stuff with this. And as you can see, it's just like crazy, the stuff that you could do. So I'm adding an edit point right here. You see how I added that? These are edit points, and you can add them in, and then you can just move things out, in, and this is how you're going to be able to just really manipulate these designs. And right now I'm making nothing, but just showing you how to do it. But this is how you're really going to be able to do things and make things and just come up with the greatest designs ever. So, and then this is your little lasso tool. And this one is you select a shape that is enclosed by the lasso, hold the shift to select the shape that are enclosed. And it's kind of, let me show you here. All right, so we'll just draw this, and then we're going to select our lasso, and then let's see. Lasso. Okay. Okay, so as you see, it's great. I mean, you can design on this. You can make all kinds of stuff. Let me just go over this stuff with you real quick. Right here is how you open to upload a project. So you could just upload. There you go. If you want to have something else on that same page, you click merge, and then it opens it up in the same window. Let's see. Also, you can get to your library from there. You can import to your library, save to your library, update, print. Then on the edit bar is mostly the same stuff that you're doing on the side panels. Then the view is the same stuff that I've showed you over on the side panels. And this panel thing is the same. They've got the rhinestone though right there. So if you ever want to do rhinestones, you can design rhinestone templates on Silhouette Studio. Right here under object is where you're going to mirror. You're going to arrange, align, rotate, replicate, modify, and then help. I'm going to show you guys this one thing, user manual. Click user manual. And hopefully it'll pop open. And as you can see, the user manual is 118 pages. If you don't know how to do something, you just go in here and it will tell you how to do it, which page to go to learn how to do it. So very nice software showing you how to do things. All right, so and then all this stuff up here, this right here is the same thing. It's open. A lot of this is just duplicates. Oh, the good thing about this is say your computer shut down the middle of you doing something, it saves it for you, and then you can reopen it later and it'll still be there to work on. So that's a good thing. All righty, so just real quick, we're going to go into, I want to print a blank page, going into the library. So I have my library here. These are all my saved files. Fonts, you know, just all your stuff, free designs, projects, recent downloads. And then these are my like user downloads, your patterns. So that's where all that's stored under library, and anything that you make that you're going to save is going to go into this right here. And that's where you're going to save it to. You can name it whatever you want to name it, and that's where it will go. Alrighty. So I'm going to just put that there for a second because I'm going to show you something with it in a minute. Then if you want to buy something, you click store. Go up here to the store. Every week there are free designs, so check your store every week. Download your free designs, and that's how you can get your library growing. So here we go right here, free. See what's free today. We've got some dinosaurs, less Monday, more bean water. Oh, look, we have a free paper, so we definitely want that. I definitely want to get my free paper. And then another free paper. So just make sure you're getting all your free stuff. So check out, you can, and it's gonna go right to your Silhouette library if you do the fast checkout like that, the express checkout. So look at all these, they're free. I don't think I have this one. I'll have to come back in here after I finish up with you guys because I need all these free. I love the papers, so any free paper I'm gonna get. So you do that, and then let's go back, close out. Oops. Right, so right here, I'm just going to show you how to send it to, say I wanted to cut it on Silhouette, and I finished my design, and I'm going to click send. It's going to tell me my Silhouette's not available because it's not hooked up. And then you see all this red is what's going to cut. Okay. So over here, you will pick what type of material you're using. So we're using heat transfer. Right here, it's gonna come up with, let's just change it to something else. I'm gonna put like glitter or glossy or something. Okay, so we're gonna do glow in the dark. So that changes your pressure, your force, all of that. Now I will say with the Cameo 4, you're gonna always have to come and change the force, because the force that's built into the cut settings that are built into the machine are not correct with the Silhouette Cameo 4. You're going to increase that to 15. If you don't, it's not going to cut. So this is your depth, your force, your speed. And then you're going to click send, which I can't really click send because I don't have anything plugged in. And then once you click send, though, it's going to come up and ask you if you want to mirror it or not mirror it. So you'll, if you're doing HTV, you're going to mirror it. If you're doing regular vinyl, you do not mirror. But also one other thing I want to show you is, say you didn't want to cut out all of that stuff. You just wanted to cut the edge because you were doing like a background or something. You would just click cut edge here. And it's just going to cut all the way around it. But if I wanted to cut the whole thing, then I'm just going to click cut. But you don't have to worry about that. Usually it's just going to be on cut. You only need to change it if you want to do the edge. But that's just a brief overview, and not brief enough, I guess, because it's a lot to learn, of the Silhouette Studio software. So hope you learned something. Hope you liked it. I just want to show you real quick how to download. You go to Silhouette America. And even if you don't own a Silhouette Cameo, you can download their software for free right here and get started learning it. I used it long before I ever had a Cameo, and I would design and then I would upload it to my Cricut and cut it. So you guys could do that. Here's where you do that at Silhouette America. And I love Cameo, Silhouette Cameo. Silhouette's my favorite. I know two ways about it. It's the best design studio for a cutting machine that I know of. I love to use it, and I think you'll have a lot of fun too. So let me know if you have any questions. Sorry this was so long, but it's a lot to learn. And just remember, you're not going to have all those same tools that I have, because I have Silhouette Business Edition. You can buy Silhouette Business Edition. I don't know what it costs right now. I think I got it on special for like $99 or something. But go ahead and get started with the free edition. Learn it, love it like I do, and show me what you're making. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and thanks so much for joining me. I appreciate it. Talk to you later. Have a good one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram, and Happy New Year.